Hi, I'm Alexander, and in this video I will talk a little bit about SearchMetrics Suite and some of the reasons why I use it, and also why the tool actually is rapidly becoming the most valuable tool for me in my daily work with clients. We are logged in here to a client project. That is the reason why some of the names, domain names and keywords are blurred so that I don't expose my client's data, but the numbers we want to look at is still there, so that shouldn't be a problem. SearchMetrics is a tool heavily depending on your ranking position in the search engines and the search volume for each keyword. Taking these two measures, putting them together, they are able to give you all sorts of data. For instance, what is your SEO visibility? And that is a measure that shows you how visible you are with your chosen keywords in the search engines to users. In this case, we see that we have 149. If that is good or bad, I really don't know. That depends on your keywords, but you can see, look at your competitors to get the better feeling if that is good. But what SEO visibility is that it's taking the search volume for each keyword and say that that's the potential visibility. If there's a large number of people searching for that keyword each month, the visibility of that keyword should be potentially quite big. And the second factor is the ranking position. So if you have this keyword with a high search volume and you have a ranking position below page 1, which is somewhere from 11 and above, you probably don't get too much visibility either, because the possibility of you being seen in the search engines by the users searching for that keyword is low. So the higher the search volume and the higher your ranking position, the higher the visibility is. And this number is the total for all of the keywords in our project. So let's take a look at our competitors and see, is 149 good or bad? We see that Wikipedia is 549, which is okay. It's a little bit more than we have, isn't it? We are down here on 8th place, isn't it? Which tells me that we are doing pretty good. We have some competitors that we know about, which is basically approximately twice as big as us, and that tells me that there is a lot of potential for this bucket of keywords and a lot of work still to do. And the nifty things is that SearchMetrics actually can go in and tell us if it's worth it, and I will show you that in a bit. We can break this down to see what keywords do we have in our bucket. You can even put your keywords in different small subsets of keywords so that you can easily segment and see how am I performing for that particular subset of keywords. That is especially useful for e-commerce sites, for instance, having different product categories, and they want to see how or what are my competitors for that category, and that might as well be someone totally different than the competitors we identify for this category of products. So using subcategories, filtering on them could be really useful building reports and just monitoring your performance. Next thing I wanted to show you is that using these numbers, they are able to give you quite visually appealing visualizations of your market share. You see that from these, again, this bucket of keywords, we have a SEO market share of 3.4%. That is 0.1% down the last 7 days or 30 days, whatever the system is set to tell us. We see that the total market is 4,205, and we see that the difference between the competitors is quite even curve. We see that Wikipedia on the top there is way bigger than the rest of us, and that we are actually on 7th place. You see a timeline for the competitors that you want to compare yourself with, and you see a P chart at the bottom, giving you yet another visualization of how you stack up with your competitors. A little bit earlier I said that SearchMetrics were able to forecast or predict if there was any value or in chasing certain subset of keywords, and I will show you how that is done. But first, there's a thing called not provided, and the amount of not provided is increasing, and that makes it increasingly harder for you as a marketer or the person that has to know how things is going on your website. Makes it increasingly harder for you to do that, to do your job. Not provided as a traffic source instead of a keyword shadows a little bit of the insight you could have gotten. So what SearchMetrics has done to prevent any data brokerage is that they, in this case, has determined that 42% of the traffic for this website, or the organic search traffic for this website, is with a not provided, which basically is a encrypted search. There is no referral passed to the to analytics, so there's no way of telling what keyword performed the query. That's when they give you the not provided. What they do is that they assume that the user pattern for the users that passes on not provided and the patterns for the users that don't is the same. So when they look at the keywords they know and the share of traffic the different keywords have, they distribute the 42% of the traffic evenly based on their share of the total organic traffic for the keywords they know about. Doing that gives them, in my opinion, the best look at the total potential or the total traffic you actually have gotten from a keyword, and again giving you a more correct view of your accomplishments. How much did they actually accomplish for the different keywords? So back to the forecasting. You have, as I have said, the possibility of segmenting on the subsets of keywords. Choose another search engine, and you can even change your forecast. And what you're doing here is that you say that, for instance, I want to rank #1 for all the keywords in this project. Hit go, you will see that things will start changing. If that were realistic, we could use that as a goal, and we can see that there is actually a 49% growth potential here, and currently we have a traffic for these keywords of 1344. There is a forecast delta, which means what is the actual gain if we accomplish 100%, and that is 1283, so almost double. So there is a considerable amount of traffic there worth going for. You have that visualized here to see the difference between the current traffic, the traffic forecast, and the potential. And here we see that we actually go for bullseye, everything. Further down, that you have that broken down into keywords, and you can even here see a little visualization and see how that each and every keyword actually has accomplished what they have accomplished. And we see that for many of them there's still a lot of potential. To get a better view here of what are the keywords with the potential, you can actually just change the columns you want to see to also include the search volume. And we see here that for a lot of the keywords with a high search volume, there is still a lot of traffic to get and probably a lot of work to do. Okay, traffic is fun, but that never tends to get any managers off. So to help us make sure we do that, we have the conversion value forecast as well. To get those numbers, you need to tell the system a little bit more about yourself. You have to tell the system what position in the search engine you're targeting, in this case number 2. You have to tell the system what your defined conversion rate is, and just the best way to do that is looking at your similar products and similar keywords and see what is the conversion rate. One thing to remember though is be moderate, because there is no reason of making phony numbers in here and unrealistic targets. For the particular client here, each and every conversion is quite valuable. You know your conversion value. That is the price of the project, the selling price of not the project but the product, or your service, or whatever it is you're selling. The price you are asking is the conversion value. So once you click OK, you see here that we have a lot of new columns, and we see that with the ambitious forecast, which was a average of position 1 and 2 for all of our keywords, we have already accomplished 80% of the money value that was in that market. But if we accomplished 100%, we see that the forecast delta, which is the actual gain and the potential growth, is 24,604 euros, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, revenue that will come every month. So I would say it's absolutely worth it chasing some of these possibilities here. And you can also break that down into each and every keyword like we did before and see how you're performing. SearchMetrics also have a lot of other features, which is more of a SEO character. But I wanted to show you some of the features in SearchMetrics that makes it interesting for all sorts of people in the organization, all from the people involved in producing the content and to the people higher up in the organization. It has a dashboard which is really easy to set up. You throw in the modules that you want from wherever you are in the system, where you find the module. You send it to a dashboard. When you do that, what happens is that you get all that pieces, all those widgets into a layout, and you're able to build your reports. Once you've set up a report, it could be useful to be able to copy that, to only change some filters. You can do that, and you can even set up subscriptions to that dashboard, making a weekly email, for instance, of a link to that dashboard or a PDF to that dashboard is sent out to the client or your manager or whomever wants that or needs it. Also in SearchMetrics you have a very powerful user management system, which basically makes SearchMetrics suitable for all kinds of organizations, from single person businesses to large enterprises. You can create sub-licenses where you can allocate resources, which makes it easy for agencies to resell capabilities and keeping control of which client is consuming what amount of resources, stuff like that. Yeah, I think that covers it. Watch out for additional videos where we cover more of the modules in depth. If you have any questions at all, contact me on Google Plus or an email or a comment in this post, and I will be happy to answer as good as I can. Thank you for your time, and hope we see you again.